On a highway cutting across Texas, an American truck driver boils water, grabs food from a small refrigerator, then stretches out on a queen-size bed behind the driver's seat. He calls his wife, watches the evening news, and goes back to sleep before setting off toward the next state at dawn.
Hey there,
Half a world
did
away.
you see the weather report
In Germany,
they just put up?
A European
Yes,
truck
it
driver
looks
parks
good
at a
for
rest stop,
tomorrow. We miss you.
climbs down from
Clear
the cab,
skies are expected
and walks
across
toward
the
a
region
public shower
tonight.
facility. His cabin offers just enough room to sit and curl up to rest. Two worlds, two ways of working, and it all begins with the legally allowed length of a vehicle. In the United States, the cabin can be as long as designers wish, as long as the trailer meets regulations. In Europe, every millimeter beyond 18, 75 meters becomes a violation. From that single limitation, two driving cultures evolved into opposing philosophies, living inside the truck versus working with the truck. When mechanics become a shelter,
To maximize cargo
and when
space within
confined
strict
space
length
forces
regulations,
people to
the
reorganize
cab-over
their
design
lives,
places the driver
the steering wheel quietly turns into a cultural boundary. In North America, long haul is not just a profession, it is a mobile lifestyle. Drivers may stay away from home for months, crossing a continent more than 4,000 kilometers wide. To survive such distances, American trucks evolved into apartments on wheels. Models like the Kenworth W900 or Peterbilt 579 feature sleeper compartments stretching up to 5 meters long large beds, compact kitchens, satellite TVs, and independent climate systems. In engineering language, this section is called the sleeper berth. But for many drivers, it is the only home they truly own. The vastness of America transforms the cabin into a refuge between endless miles. On a social level, it reflects a microcosm of American individualism, a search for freedom within a self-contained personal space. Inside these cabins, every switch and outlet is arranged like a small apartment, optimized so drivers can rest, cook, and work simultaneously. Climate control, sound insulation, and onboard energy storage are engineered with a sophistication comparable to spacecraft systems. Looking into the cockpit of an American tractor, one sees more than mechanical engineering. One sees a miniature civilization where comfort becomes a condition for survival on the highway. In Europe, regulations turn the cabin into a pure control module. With fixed total length, every centimeter devoted to comfort must be traded for cargo capacity. Engineers at Scania, Volvo, and DAF learn to fold space within roughly 4 cubic meters. Beds collapse against the wall. Dashboards curve around the driver, and mini refrigerators hide beneath seats. Nothing is excessive. European drivers rarely sleep in their trucks for more than a few nights. Thanks to shorter routes and dense service infrastructure, the truck does not need to become a home. It remains what it fundamentally is, a highly optimized tool of labor. From a design perspective, this reflects a distinctly European philosophy. Perfection lies in precision and efficiency, not abundance. Sitting in a European cab feels like entering a fighter jet cockpit, everything within reach. Compact and exact. Limited space forces structured living, shaping a professional culture in which drivers resemble operational engineers rather than nomads. A truck does more than move cargo. It creates a sense of power and control. American drivers sit nearly 2 meters behind the front of the vehicle. That distance, combined with a long hood, generates psychological safety, a feeling that a steel shield stands between them and the outside world. It reinforces the image of the highway captain, a cultural symbol of American freedom. From a cognitive science perspective, this reflects psychophysical distance. When visibility expands and the vehicle feels larger, the brain relaxes, and driving responses become calmer and more confident. European drivers, by contrast, sit directly above the front axle, only centimeters from the windshield. Vibrations, sounds, and obstacles appear immediately before them. The design offers extremely precise sensory feedback, ideal for dense environments where every scrape carries real financial cost. If the American cabin resembles a command chair aboard a spaceship, the European cabin feels like a combat cockpit, compact, intense, and focused. One philosophy relies on control through distance, the other relies on absolute immediacy. Together, they answer a deeper question in a mechanized world. Do humans choose the illusion of safety or direct engagement with reality? The truck, seemingly just a tool, becomes a symbol within popular culture. In America, models like the Peterbilt 379 or Kenworth W900 appear in countless films, from Smokey and the Bandit to Transformers. They symbolize freedom, adventure, and raw strength, the lone driver confronting the world. The highway transformed into myth. The truck, a loyal companion. In Europe, trucks represent discipline and modernization. Brands like Mercedes-Benz trucks and Volvo promote images of efficiency, energy savings, and compliance with Euro 6 emission standards. The symbol shifts not a human conquering nature, but a society mastering complexity. Even engine sounds reveal cultural differences. The deep rumble of American trucks resembles the heartbeat of freedom, while the smooth, precise hum of European engines echoes the rhythm of industrial efficiency. Two sounds, two frequencies, yet in truth, two declarations of civilization. Humans create machines to serve their needs, yet machines reshape how humans live. The American tractor teaches lessons of solitude and autonomy, the ability to build a private world within 5 square meters of steel. The European truck teaches order, limits, and coordination within confined space. These two lifestyles are not opposites, but complements. One expands the frontier, the other refines within boundaries. And perhaps the most remarkable truth is, this everything began with the length of a sheet of metal in front of a driver's seat. Sometimes, a small change in geometry is enough to rewrite the history of behavior, emotion, and culture. In the world of trucking, mechanics do not merely transport cargo, they carry the soul of an entire continent.